Good morning, everybody. My name is Bailey Cooper. I'm a trainer with Eric Lofholm, and I'm out of Austin, Texas. And today I would like to talk to you guys about having a clear, concise mental picture, CCMP. And I like the quote by Confucius to lead this off, is that he who says he can and he who says he can't are both usually right. And whenever I enter into problem solving and, I've got either an objection I need to handle or I've got a sales situation that I scratch my head and it's just kind of outside of the realm of the scope of what I can do, or there's a insurmountable problem to solve, which is usually somebody offers the same product at a lower price, for example. I encountered this in window sales many times, and having that clear, concise mental picture is that I have, as Eric taught us, about that energy signature. I have that connection. I have that rapport with this customer, and I'm going to do my best, and I've still got a shot. I've actually been able to have a higher priced product, which in my opinion was a better quality product, and still obtain the sale. But when I was new in sales about 12 years ago, it was really hard for me to overcome those ones. So with practice and vision and belief, it's not as difficult for me. But having a clear, concise mental picture, having daily written goals, having a plan, is that I have a block schedule, and certain times of the day I'm consistent with, around lunchtime I usually do prospecting. In the morning time is usually when I do follow-ups. And in the evening time, if I'm not on an appointment, I am generating appointments. And sticking with that schedule has helped me achieve many goals that I've set for myself. And so starting on, recently I started on a new career path in the solar industry, and it's the same principles that worked in other areas of sales as it works for me here. And so the very first thing that I did with my sales team is I just got all the beliefs that they had, good and bad, on the dry erase board, and we just listed them. And it was really interesting to see all the negative beliefs that were unconscious in their minds just by putting it on paper and then letting the paper tiger out of the box and looking at it for what it really is, and then basically destroying those beliefs with facts to overcome those beliefs. So it's kind of a battle within oneself, and I've been victim of this many times. You get into an appointment, whether you're doing my example is doing a in-home sales call, and you just judge the book right by its cover. You look at their yard, their car, their house, and automatically you've got your mind made up whether or not you're going to get the sale or not. And that negative belief is a cancer, and oftentimes it costs me the sale. So the very next step is you got to eliminate all the negative beliefs, and you got to replace them with positive beliefs or affirmations. If you can't do that, you got to have some core affirmations to repeat and to say. I think it's really key and really important that you believe in the product and in the company that you work for, and having that that conviction in your heart that you're doing the right thing for the customer, you work for the right company, and you're the right person. And having that, it makes it really easy to move forward with these positive beliefs. So clear, concise mental picture. For me, it's something just as simple. I read the book Think and Grow Rich for the second time earlier this year. I had read it about a dozen years ago, and I reread it earlier this year. And I put on an index card my worthy ideal, a number. And if you haven't read the book, I think you can probably find it for maybe 99 cents or possibly even free if you search for it on the audiobook. However, what I do is I just have it in my wallet. I have my goal, what I want to make a year, and the date that I'm going to be making it, and what products and services I'm going to offer in return for that. And then I follow it out with quarterly goals all the way down to daily goals. And on most days, I start my day out with my day planner. I write out my day, and that helps me achieve a short-term vision. But the long-term vision is very big. And I have very big goals, and I encourage you, if you have small long-term goals, to try and raise your awareness. Look at it as a level 10 standpoint and have big goals, because you'd be amazed. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. And that's a quote by Napoleon Hill. Another quote that I love is by Earl Nightingale, is that success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. So whether somebody is a stay-at-home mom, that's a success if that's what they wanted to be. Or if somebody's a school teacher, or if somebody is a car salesman, if that is their worthy ideal, what they wanted to be, then they're a success. And so breaking down CCMP is, the gist of it is what drives you. You know, what do you want to accomplish? What is the biggest desire that you have in your heart that you never thought was possible? And I'm a small business owner. I've had this small consulting company for a little over 3 years. And until I became involved with Eric Laughlin, I had never really done anything. I put out some marketing touches and tried to do business with people, and I really only generated, a couple $1,000s in 3 years from it. And when I actually got it on paper and I looked at, well, what do I want to accomplish? What am I good at? What can I offer to the client? And what would really, I would absolutely love doing this full time, and knowing that, well, what does that look like? What would my 9 to 5 look like? And putting that on paper, and just in the last 90 days, I've developed 4 clients. And this week, I share this story because it's interesting, is I've been expanding my comfort zone and thinking in terms of other ways to generate leads rather than just the old school, pull out the phone book and start cold calling. I was looking into, well, who has my client? Which client would I be helpful to, and in my background and what my skill set is? And I'm a master at door-to-door canvassing and consulting. So I went on YouTube and I just searched for people that have YouTube videos training and teaching people how to door-to-door canvass. And what I found is a plethora of people in the comment section that had questions that wanted help. So I just prospected them from right there. So I encourage you to think of at least 10 ways that you can generate leads for your business. And you'd be amazed because, I was used to, in working with businesses and marketing, is you've got your mailers, you've got your newspaper ads, you maybe have a door-to-door canvassing team, and you've got the internet. And we really limit ourselves with beliefs like that when you can just maybe spend 5 minutes a day thinking of ways to prospect. My last job that I had, I was in alarm sales, and when I incorporated reciprocal referral relationships, my sales actually doubled. I went from 15 to 20 sales a month to 30 on average a month. And I was getting 5 to 7 referrals a month, 3 to 5 customer reviews a month. And so that's one way that I'll give you guys that is a really easy way to expand your business that may help you reach your goal. So dig back in your life and think of a time where you had a clear, concise mental picture, much like an Olympic athlete has vision. There's a really great video of Michael Phelps this year when he was in the Olympics, and you just saw him with his headphones on, and one of the other swimmers was next to him just kind of taunting him, and if you looked at his face, he had his game face on. He was in the zone, he was focused, and sure as anything, he went and he got gold in that race and many other golds. I can't remember, I think he got 5 or 6 gold medals this year, and he's the most decorated gold medalist of the Olympics. So having that vision and then following up with action. I think you've got the inner game, you've got the outer game, but action and strategic action is the most powerful element to a clear, concise mental picture. Because it's really easy to to get on your dream board and look at it every day and get the warm and fuzzies and listen to motivational videos and stay in the conversation. But then it comes to implementing these actions, and we have resistance. We have fear. And so you got to challenge yourself and start small and then slowly build upon that. And small wins create confidence. And that's my experience, is that I used to have resistance to going door-to-door canvassing. And, you know, now when I train people in doing it, the type of resistance that I encounter people doing that is they can make $200,000 a year knocking doors, yet they would much rather sit behind a phone and make $40,000 a year because it's uncomfortable for them to go out there and get rejected. And once you uncover the negative belief and you show them how easy it is, it's amazing the transition when they have small wins. They generate appointments. They make a sale. And that happened to me this week. Is one of the sales managers I'm working with had 0 sales last month, and I've been working with him for 2 weeks. And last week we generated a lead together, and he sold it, and he had immense confidence. And he was missing one little ingredient in his pitch, which was actually having something to show the prospect when they open the door. Just a little flyer or something. We have iPads. So he incorporated that, and he changed his presentation just a little bit. And he generated 14 leads in the last 2 days while I was working with him. And I'm sharing that win is because anybody can look at somebody else and tell them how to be successful. But until that person actually believes it, you got to believe that what you're going to implement will work for you. And that's where it all comes full circle back to whether you say you can or you can't, you're usually right. So you got to guard your mind and the training information and the books that you read and the TV shows that you watch and the movies that you watch, because all of these things are impacting your precious mind, and what controls you and what drives you is your subconscious mind. So the last suggestion that I'll give you guys is eliminating all the negative habits that you can. It's not an overnight process. It takes years. But find one negative belief that you're doing. You know, for me, it was cell phone video games. That was something that was holding me back. I had, you know, a love for sports, and sports video games on my phone really took away from my effectiveness overall, is because it pulled me back from maybe instead of picking up a book before I went to bed, I would pick up my cell phone. And just eliminating that helps me get to sleep much faster, helps me wake up with a fresh mind and think on positive information. So find things that you can do to improve your life and different habits that you can add to it. Maybe getting a day planner. Or Eric always tells us to get a journal. I have a journal that I write my notes in. I'm actually on my second journal that anytime that there's a weekly training call, I take out my journal and I write the date and I put the topic and I write my notes. And it's fun to go back and to look at different ideas because each time you learn something new. So I really appreciate the opportunity to share this experience with you guys. I really look forward to hearing the results that you get, and maybe you could share what your clear, concise mental picture is and how you've accomplished several different worthy ideals in your past and what makes you a success. So you have greatness within inside of you. I believe in you. You can do it. Today's Friday. Go out there and play at a level 10, and I look forward to hearing from you in the future. So if you guys want to hear this call or other calls, go to www.saleschampion.podbean.com. And if you've got a favorite call, share it on Facebook. Invite a friend to this call. We meet Monday through Friday at 9:45 Central Time. That's 7:45 Pacific Time. And I'd love to have more people on the call. Thanks, and I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great day.